Thank you and welcome back. Let's unfold some more of the 1980s for you. We left off with the IRA and the Falklands War, touching on the influence it had on the music scene. Fashion was not immune either, with the punk movement adopting a more political stance in their attire. These events left a deep impact on the 80s, shaping the music, fashion, and culture of the decade in ways we are still seeing today. As the 80s came to a close, we saw the end of an era, but also the birth of many iconic trends. A cacophony of metal bands echoed through the decade, their influence spilling over into fashion and hairstyles. The world was introduced to the charm of big hair, and it was love at first sight. This was the time when bold, bright makeup was not only accepted, but celebrated. Electric blue eyeshadow, neon pink lipstick, and vibrant blush were the order of the day. This was a time when stepping out of the norm was the norm. Music, too, was undergoing a revolution. The 80s gave birth to grunge, a genre that defied the glitz and glamour of the decade. Bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam emerged, their raw, gritty sounds a stark contrast to the polished pop of the era. The late 80s were a time of big hair, bold fashion, and even bolder music. It's clear that this decade left a lasting impact on our world. A vibrant blend of neon colors, big hair, and bold fashion choices, the 80s was a decade that dared to be different. And this spirit of individuality has echoed through the years, influencing fashion trends and personal style even today. The music scene of the 80s was equally influential, with pop icons and rock legends setting the stage for the music we enjoy now. Artists like Madonna, Michael Jackson, and Prince redefined the sound of pop, their influence resonating in the melodies of modern chart toppers. The 80s was also a time of global change, with events like the Falklands War leaving an indelible mark on history. These events have shaped our world, reminding us of the power of unity and resilience. From the fashion to the music, to the events that shaped the world, the 80s was truly a decade to remember. The 80s were not just about music and fashion, but also about some iconic cars. The decade saw a significant shift in the automotive industry, with Japanese cars gaining a stronghold in the American market. Brands like Toyota, Honda, and Nissan introduced fuel-efficient, reliable models that challenged the dominance of American and European manufacturers. And who can forget the iconic Capri or Cortina, or the classic DeLorean? The 80s also marked the rise of sports cars, with models like the Ferrari Testarossa and the Lamborghini Countach becoming cultural icons. These cars were not just means of transportation, but symbols of status and style, celebrated in films, music videos, and TV shows. In terms of design and technology, the 80s brought about significant advancements. Aerodynamics became a key factor in car design, leading to sleek, streamlined shapes. Technology-wise, the introduction of electronic fuel injection systems and turbochargers, for example. It was also a time of huge American engines and bright, sleek styles. We saw advanced safety features in our cars, marking a new phase in worldwide car manufacture. The 80s were a time of innovation and change in the automotive industry, giving us some of the most iconic cars of all time. The decade's influence can still be seen today in the design, technology, and spirit of modern vehicles. Please join us in part 3 for more fascinating insights into this world-changing decade. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you in part 3.